Well, hello and welcome to the Your Natural Healer channel. My name is Tammy and I am so happy to have you here today. I'm going to adjust this camera for just a second. There we go. To this August Zodiac reading for the sun sign of Virgo. So this reading is basically going to be, we're going to explore something karmically that's about to happen in your space. And we're going to look at some challenges, and then we're going to tap into the Akashic records to see how anything from a past life has filtered over into this life with this karmic issue that you're dealing with. And then we'll reach out to an ancestor or someone on your spiritual team for a little extra guidance. All right. Before I begin, though, I just wanted to say, if you haven't subscribed to the channel and would consider doing so, I'd greatly appreciate it. By smashing that subscribe button, you are helping break that stupid YouTube algorithm, which is real. The main algorithm really deals with number of subscribers. You have to at least reach 1,000, and then I don't know what happens. I know I can Google it. But getting subscribers is really, really difficult. I tell everybody, if you find that this content relates to you or you enjoy it, hit subscribe. You can turn off the notifications. I get that. I do that. The same people or same YouTube channels that I watch, even if I watch them regularly, I turn off the notifications because I don't want my phone blowing up all the time. I know what the channel is, you know, what I'm looking for and all that. So again, if you would consider subscribing, I would greatly appreciate it. The second thing that I ask at the end of the video, if you smash the thumbs up, give it a like, leave a positive comment, all those things really help my content to get put out there in front of other videos, so that way I could possibly pick up more subscribers and reach a bigger audience. And then finally, I always say that if you don't like the channel, and this goes for anybody or any channel, no matter how big or small it is on YouTube, don't give it a thumbs down. Don't leave a nasty comment. You know, you're better than that. And even if you don't like my channel, you know, then you could just X out of it and don't ever come back to it. And that's for anybody because, you know, that negatively affects the channels. And there's people out there on channels that I have found utterly horrible that have a following. And it's really not fair to them. There's a lot that goes into this. So if you don't like something, you know, don't put that negativity out in the world. Be a better person and just move on and forget you ever watched it. All right. So that's all I have for housekeeping. All right, so what we're going to do today is, I said, we're going to do a karmic reading, dive into the Akashic records a little bit, and I'm going to draw cards for 3 decks. I'm going to draw 2 cards from the Light Seers Tarot, and that'll give us some guidance into what karmic issue we're looking at, and then the challenges faced with you working through this karma. Because the thing with karma is that with karmic lessons, that's the whole thing. We're supposed to be learning lessons, all right? And then I'm going to pull 1 card from the Akashic Tarot deck. And this deck will give us some guidance into a past life. And I know not everybody believes in past lives. That's fine. So if you're not somebody that does, just take it, you know, for whatever you want. And then I'm going to pull a card, and this is the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck, and we're going to see what someone on your spiritual team, whether it be a higher being or an ancestor, has to say in relation to the reading. All right? So, before we get started, now normally I draw a crystal that I'm drawn to before a reading, and I give everybody kind of, you know, tell them about the crystal, and then it's up to you if you want to work with the crystal that week. Remember, this reading is going to be done every 4 months, so whatever I divulge might not take effect till November. All right, so with that being said, what I do before every reading, I clean my space, I clean myself with sage, the cards, and I do reiki on them. But instead of pulling crystals, I'm going to use 2 crystals today to even clean the cards a little more, because of the fact that we are dealing with karma, and the Akashic records. So the first crystal I'm going to use, this is black kyanite. I do have these in the Your Natural Healer store. They're quite smaller. They're actually maybe the size of, if you look, this is several pieces together, but it's probably like the size of the one piece. I think they're only like $3. But black kyanite is great. It never needs to be cleansed. And not only does it get rid of negative energy, but also negative spirits. I actually use this particular piece as well as this piece in all my Reiki sessions, both in person and distance. So we're going to go ahead and give the cards a little whack just to get rid of any negativity. And then over here I have selenite, and this is a 4-inch selenite stick. Some people call them selenite wands. And I do sell these in the Your Natural Healer store, and I like keeping them at my door because when I come in, I just give myself a quick kind of like sweep. So any negativity that my auric field has picked up, it gets rid of and it cleanses it. Selenite is the stone of pure white light. So I'm really great for cleansing. So we're going to go ahead. And I'm sorry with the camera moving. My camera has this, it's a little bigger than this, a stick thing that, see, it allows me to move the camera up and down. And if you take the stick out, the camera falls all the way down. But when I move forward, it always stabs me. So if you see the camera moving, that is why. All right, so our cards are cleansed. I'm gonna go ahead and start shuffling this deck. This deck is, it's not new, but I don't use it a whole lot. So the cards are very stiff. They're loosening up though, since by the time I'm done this 12 readings in a row, they should be pretty loose. I am not a great shuffler either. For those of you who watch the channel, you guys already know that. The rest of you guys, I do apologize. My shuffling is not up to par. So, as I said, this is a general reading for anybody with the sun sign of Virgo. Now, before the reading, I told you I clean all my tools, then I ground myself, and I connect to Virgo energy. Now, I can't connect to every single Virgo on the face of the earth, so that's why this is a general reading. It may not resonate with all of you guys. That's okay. That's going to happen in a general reading. So one of two things. First of all, don't sit there and say, oh, that's fake news, and Tammy's a charlatan, and you know what? Come back in a couple weeks, or like I said, you've got 4 months for this reading to take effect. So come back and rewatch it, and then you might go, oh, now it resonates, okay? If it doesn't resonate, however, maybe you'd be interested in a personal reading. I offer all types on my website, yournaturalhealer.com. I have 1 hour, there's 30-minute, you can ask a question, and then I draw 3 cards for possible solutions or answers. Or you can always reach out to me and say, hey, Tammy, can you do that? 2 months ago, I did the chakra assessment reading for each zodiac sign. So maybe you want the chakras assessed via tarot. So that's totally up to you, okay? Now, on the other hand, if it does resonate with you, and I'm sorry, I'm shuffling this way because I usually drop cards and then I got to stop and pick them up, and I don't want anything into that live flame. If the reading does resonate with you, Virgo, I want you to take your right hand and I want you to place it on your heart, and I want you to say, yes, I claim this for myself. And if it does resonate with you, give the video a thumbs up, leave a comment. I would love to hear. I love feedback. That is one thing that I absolutely do love, and I wish people would give more feedback. You know, I have one person that every week she watches the Monday reading and the Friday reading, and she's always got to post what cards she gets, and she always posts, you know, oh, that was awful, or yes, that was good. You know, and I really appreciate it, and she's a good subscriber, so I do appreciate her very much. What else was I going to say? We talked about if it resonates or not. I don't know, Virgo. If I think about it, I will tell you. All right. I'm going to put the cards that way just to keep them out of the way. I don't want this flame. You see I have a shelf there. I don't want the flame under the shelf, and it caused my shelf to burn. All right, so let's go ahead and get this party started. So the first card, and I'm sorry, I'm going to tilt this down a little bit. There we go. The first card that I'm going to draw is going to explain what karmic issue that you're going through right now. It could be positive, it could be negative. I just did Leo, and Leo had a fantastic reading. So let's hope that you guys, Virgo, have a fantastic reading as well. If it's not a positive reading, which happens, you know, I'm just going to give you a forewarning if you haven't watched the little thing on my channel. There's tarot readers that sit there and pull the cards in advance and make this fancy, pretty story. And it's like, what is the point of that? That's fake. You're wasting your time as a reader, and you're wasting the viewer's time. If I pull a negative card, I am going to tell you what the card is, what I'm picking up, and I'm not going to BS you, okay? I'm legit. I tell you like it is, good and bad. I had somebody last month send me a really long email telling me that I need to watch my words, and it resonated and was triggered, and it triggered them, and they had a lot of emotional healing that they needed to do, but I'm not going to change my words. I am telling it like it is, and if you don't like that, then there's other rainbow and unicorn readers out there, and that's not what I am. I am here to tell you the truth for your highest good. All right, off my soapbox now. All right, so let's see, Virgo, what karma is happening in your life within the next 4 months. And you got Seven of Swords. I don't like this card. I know like the Tower is the worst card in the deck. I hate the Seven of Swords. All right, let me give you a little bit of information about the Seven of Swords first. It's associated with the solar plexus. It's associated with air energy. It's also associated with the moon, as well as Aquarius energy. All right, so what do we have going on here? Karmically, and I'm not sure yet whether this is you or someone in your life, but there is some major dishonesty and trickery going on. And again, here we go. Bad card. I'm just telling you like it is. Somebody is being deceitful. Somebody is lying or cheating or stealing. Being a farce, it's just not good energy. And yes, this is karmic, because everything that happens to our life in our life is a result of karma of the past. If we do good things in the past, good things come back to us in the future threefold. If we do terrible things in the past, in the future, things come back to us threefold. And like I said, I don't know if this is you or if it's someone else. I'm getting the feeling... Give me a second, please. I'm getting the feeling, Virgo, it's somebody else. It's not you that is doing this. So that is good. But whoever the other person is, they are definitely not being honest with you. And as far as the honesty, I don't know if they're trying to trick you, they're lying to you, they're cheating, they're stealing, they're doing something that is just, like I said, not honest. And this is karmic because whether it's been in this lifetime or a past lifetime, you know, we've all not been honest. There's not one person on the face of this earth that is 100% honest. We've all told a lie, whether it was when we were a child or, you know, and yeah, the size of lies, there's little white lies, there's big lies, there's major lies. Yeah, they differ, but everybody has lied. And so this is karma coming back on you from whenever a time that you have lied, okay? I'm feeling like it is, I'm really feeling like it's work related. So I don't know if you're maybe, I don't know what, and it's so hard in a general reading because normally I would draw supporting cards. Um, but in my head, I keep hearing like work, the grind, the daily grind, work. So I'm thinking that it's somebody at your place of business, whether you own the business or you work for somebody, um, that's lying to you. And if you don't work and you're looking for work, I think whatever it is, I really think it has to do with career. And it doesn't necessarily mean work. It could be career, which is totally different. You know, maybe you're going to school to learn a new career. It could be something with that. But somebody's lying to you. Somebody's not being honest. They're being deceitful, and that's all there is to it. And I would just really pay attention because this card is associated with the moon, pay attention to your gut. Because if your gut is telling you that doesn't smell right, go with your gut because it's right. Something's not right. Okay? Let's move a little forward and let's see what challenge, because how you get through this, the only way you're going to get through this is if you really, I don't want you to be suspicious of everybody, but again, just really pay attention. Okay. That's all I can say is just pay attention. And this is there's a lesson to be learned in this. What it is, only you're going to know that. But just be careful. All right. So the second card is going to be about a challenge, that's facing you regarding this karma that's about to enter your space. And the card we got, okay. Three of Pentacles. All right, let me first tell you about the Three of Pentacles. It deals with our third eye chakra. So again, there's that intuition. The planet Mars, it deals with element of air. And as far as zodiac signs, Capricorn energy. Now, Pentacles usually deals with money, career, jobs, which, what did I say? Career. And normally the Three of Pentacles by itself in a reading is all about teamwork and collaboration, mastering your craft. People really, like if you think in construction, you have to have architects and engineers. They're two different things, and they need to be able to work together. And the engineers trust the architects, and the architects trust the engineers. Well, whatever this is that you are working with other people, there is somebody amongst them that is not being honest. They are not in it they're not there to be a team. They are there to make themselves look like they're number one and that they're the most important. Because if you look at this card 3, think of a tripod. Even look at my crystal ball holder. There's 3 legs. If you remove one leg, it's going to tip over. And that's the same with the tripod. If you cut off one of the legs, it's going to fall over. This person, I feel, is definitely out for themselves. They're not really wanting to be part of the team. They're there to make sure that all the credit is on them, that all the ideas are theirs, all the solutions are theirs. So at the end of the day, they can be the one that fixed or solved whatever it is that you're working on. So, as I said, because this is karmic, and this is a challenge, it is a challenge because when you work with teams, what are you supposed to do? I remember I used to hate working in teams in college. When I was in undergraduate school and I was taking advanced auditing, I was at a group project and we had one person that didn't want to do anything. So I picked up their slack. Well, thankfully, you got to do like a little review at the end. And you know what? I called them out to the professor about it. And, you know, in a work situation, you got to be careful with that because you don't want to look like a tattletale. And then you don't look like a team player because you're trying to, you know, make yourself look better. So my advice to you is just you need to be aware of this, how you handle it if you're in a work situation, whether you save emails, save the documentation. If this comes back to bite you in the butt, you can go X, Y, and Z. Maybe you even need to be the bigger person and come out and say, hey, Susan, this is a team effort and we need to all be in this together. Maybe y'all need to take notes. But whatever it is, though, it's more than them just trying to take the credit. They are trying to trip you up. And I don't know if they're trying to do it with everybody else on the team, but they're definitely trying to make you look bad. So I don't know if, you know, maybe you work in a department where somebody's going to get a promotion. So whatever it is, they are your challenge that they are trying to trip you up. So you're like, okay, well, karmically, what does that mean? Well, there's a lesson to be learned from this. And a lot of times when, you know, maybe the lesson is maybe you're too trusting. Okay. With the fact that this is a solar plexus card, maybe it has to deal with your confidence, that you don't think that you're really smart enough or intelligent enough or that you know enough to resolve this. So I would definitely maybe, I would carry with you tiger's eye. I don't have my tiger's eye in front of me. If you're not familiar with tiger eye, get yourself tiger eye if you don't have it and keep it on your person. That's going to help you give you the confidence you need to stand up for yourself, the confidence you need. There's a difference between like pointing fingers and being diplomatic. And I think that this is where maybe the karmic lesson is coming in, is that maybe this has happened to you in the past or you have done this. So you're seeing it now from the other side. And how you go about it, you know, you can't just sit back and accept it. Don't let people walk all over you. But at the same time, you don't need to be a jack donkey about it. You know, you can do things professionally because you don't want to get somebody fired or something like that. So only you're going to know how to handle the situation because it's going to depend on the other person involved as well as the exact situation. But the point being is be really careful. Somebody is not being honest with you and they're trying to trip you up. Okay? Be careful. All right, let's go into the Akashic records now. This is the Akashic Tarot deck. And we're going to draw a card. And I know not everybody believes in past lives. And I'm sorry, I'm shuffling. I'm hitting the stick on the tripod. I know not everybody believes in past lives, and that's fine. So you can take this for what it's worth. Oops, give me a second. See, I dropped a card. Okay. See, and if I shuffle this way and it drops in the flame, then I got a fire, and that's not going on my blooper reels. And my videos are not edited. So what you get is what you get. Whoops. I try to make mine as authentic as possible. Like if you were sitting here in front of me and I wouldn't be hitting a tripod. Cards flying, yeah, but that's okay. I wouldn't be near the flame. So, whoops. Gosh darn it. I got to figure out something with this tripod. Okay. Because ever since I've gotten it, I really like it. It's a better tripod than I had. But like I said, I just keep hitting that stick. And I've tried to change it, but then the angles aren't right. So I don't know. I'm not technologically savvy. All right, so let's see what we got going on for your Akashic records, what we're pulling from one of your past lives. The Eight of Keys, I'm going to turn that upright. The Master Artisan. Looks like we got people working together. What's that sound like? This card here. All right. And this to me is making sense now, because I think that this is, and it, like when things come forward from a past life into this life, you can continue to make the same mistake over and over and over again, and it might take you 10 times before you learn it, okay? So I think with this card, in your past life, you were, someone who, worked really hard, and that you did a lot of like teamwork to a certain extent. And I think that because this is about the master artisan and sharing your gifts and your skills, I think that you were very open with collaborating with others. And I pretty much guarantee that whether it's something that you invented, or because an artisan can be anything, a person baking bread can be an artisan, but whatever it is that you were working on, I don't think you necessarily got all the credit you deserved. I think that maybe that you stepped back in the limelight a little bit and other people took credit for your work. So like if you're doing the work here, this is you, this guy ends up getting the credit just because he's the boss or whatever. So I think that that's, in that regards, you didn't learn the lesson then that you need to speak up for yourself. So that's where it's coming forward in this lifetime, Virgo. So you need to learn, and again, it's coming back to this card with the solar plexus. Don't be afraid to stand up for yourself. Be confident in your skills. Be confident in your abilities. And, if you're not getting the recognition you deserve, you need to say something, or say, is there something that I did wrong that I'm not being recognized for this wonderful contribution? Okay. I think that so many times that happens where a boss gets all the credit, and that's on them, because there's crappy bosses out there that take all the credit and don't take it downward. But I think it's more than, I think somebody in a past life has just utterly stolen your work, your ideas, your whatever it is. And you didn't learn the lesson for that. You didn't stand up for yourself. You didn't fight for your right, for your recognition. You didn't fight for your work, and that's why it's filtered over into this lifetime, and why now you're about to experience this deceit and trickery from whoever it is, in kind of the same context. Okay? Now let's go ahead and look to this is the Angels and Ancestors Oracle deck. And let's see what our team, we have so many angels and higher beings, whether it's spirit animals, elementals, light beings, ascended masters, just so many different archangels that are all here for us. And, a lot of times there's people on our team or beings on our team that we don't even realize, and as well as, we have all of our ancestors there that are rooting for us. So let's reach out to them and see if they can give any advice today to give you on this situation and how to handle it. All right, Virgo, you got the Fire Guardian. Ignite your passion. Ooh. The Fire Guardian. He is all about going after what you want. there's a saying that if you're afraid of doing something, do it anyway. That's what this card is about. And he is telling you, and this works beautifully with the fact that this was solar plexus, go for it. Don't let anybody stand in your way. Don't, and I'm not saying to, go mow people down and walk on people's backs and be two-faced. Burn away the fear. If you're afraid to speak up, if you're afraid to, what's the word I'm looking for? Confront. If you're afraid to confront somebody, you need to swallow that and do it. All right. So with that being said, I would definitely work on. Normally passion has to deal with our sacral chakra. So I would try to do, I'm all about meditation. I would continue to meditate on all your chakras. I don't think anything is out of balance because of this. Your solar plexus may become blocked if you don't address this. And that is also going to affect your throat chakra because our throat chakra is all about communicating. But the fire guardian is telling you to use his energy, tap into his energy. When you meditate, call in the fire guardian and draw on his passion to help you alleviate fear. And fear is based from our root chakra. Okay. So I think with him, if you're working on I would work on root and sacral at the same time, really focusing on mastering your fear and igniting that fire and that passion to stand up for yourself and to stand up for your work and your contributions. All right. Not the most glamorous reading, Virgo, but, life isn't always glamorous, but at the same time, life isn't, what's the word I'm thinking of? I don't even know. I lost my train of thought. Life isn't always glamorous, but it is what it is. And this is something that you're about to come into, and I want you to learn your karmic lesson so that way this doesn't happen anymore to you, that you stand up for yourself and your beliefs and for everything that you have worked hard for, everything that you have done the work and you've studied for, everything that you know. Be confident in yourself, Virgo. All right? Anyway, if you're interested in a personal reading, or if you're interested in purchasing crystals or sage, or I also sell essential oils, there's all kinds of stuff. I do astrology reports, distance Reiki, there's Reiki and tarot packages. Go to yournaturalhealer.com, guys, and check it out. Lots and lots of stuff. Okay. I'm adding stuff constantly. So anyway, the links to all of that is below. So again, thank you so much. I hope to see you at one of the weekly readings. So until we meet again, Virgo, go live your best life, but do it the natural way. Namaste.